Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician's channel. And today on Tool Talk episode 23, I think I've decided to kind of compare my new Snap-on 3/8 drive ratchet, the FL80, to my Gearwrenches, both the 84 tooth and the 120 XP. Granted, I do have more ratchets. I have DeWalt, I have Pittsburgh, I have quite a few different brands of ratchets, but Gearwrench is probably the closest as far as quality compared to any of my other ratchets. So I'm not even going to waste my time comparing my lower quality ratchets to the Snap-on. Maybe in a later video, but I'm sure you guys don't want to see a lot of that. But if you do, let me know and I will make the video. But today I'm just going to focus on my 120 XPs and my 84 tooth Gearwrench compared to the Snap-on. Some of the things, I've used the Snap-on a few times now, and it is really nice. I'm completely happy with the purchase, especially since I got the discount on it. But like I've stated in my previous videos, my Gearwrench ratchets, the 120 XPs, were my absolute favorite. And yeah, but I can't really say that, you know, Snap-on, it's obviously the highest quality tools made here in the USA. Most of their products. I'm not going to say everything's the best, because we all know Snap-on still has some, like their vice grips. Those aren't great. But I'm getting off topic. Basically, I just want to show you some of the things, in my opinion, things I like and dislike about each one. But other than that, that's about it. Let's get into it. Alrighty guys, so what I have here is the longest of all of them is my soft grip 84 tooth Gearwrench locking flex head. And it is a really nice ratchet. They don't make the 120 XP in the locking flex head. They just have the semi-locking where it kind of clicks in certain positions. So that's why I got this one. And then this is the 3/8 drive of the Gearwrench 120 XP. Like I stated, it just kind of has steps to it. Doesn't necessarily lock in place though. Then I have my standard 3/8 drive Gearwrench 120 XP, and what we're comparing it against is my Snap-on FL80 80 tooth ratchet. And mainly I'm going to be focusing just on the two here, not necessarily the flex heads, because granted they are longer so you can get more leverage, but they're flex heads and the one is a comfort grip. That's why it's a little bit longer. The Gearwrench 84 tooth comes in at just 13 5/8. The 120 XP flex head comes in at 11 1/2 inches. The Snap-on comes in at 10 3/8, I believe. And my normal Gearwrench 120 XP comes in at 8 1/4. So when just comparing it to the normal Gearwrench 120 XP, the FL80 is longer, granted, because the FL, or the L, stands for the longer version of the 3/8 drive. I'm sure their normal 3/8 ratchet is probably about the same size as this, but this is as close as I can get to compare them. But this Snap-on FL80 normally runs around $100, I believe. I got it for $40, and that's with my student discount. So I wasn't gonna pass it up. I gotta get what I can while I can. I can't tell you exact prices on individual Gearwrench ratchets because I've bought them all as a set. This 3/8 drive comes with a 1/4 inch drive and a 1/2 inch drive, exactly like this model, solid handle, 120 XPs. And I believe that one ran me around $80. And then this 120 XP semi-locking flex head came as a set as well, with a 1/4 inch, a 3/8 stubby, and a 1/2 inch. And then obviously this one, and I believe that one ran around $100 to $120. And then this 84 tooth cushion grip Gearwrench came with a 1/4 inch ratchet and this 3/8 ratchet, pretty long, for $65. So I can't necessarily give you an exact price on individual. I'd say if you bought this individually, it'd probably be around $20 to $40. Same for all of them. But buying Gearwrench, it's always better to buy as a set. You save yourself some money. And I'm sure it's the same way with Snap-on, but their prices shoot up quite a bit. So comparing prices, I obviously love Gearwrench's prices for the quality of tool that they make, at least their Taiwan stuff. Not talking about their China-made stuff. And obviously I can't argue with the price on this. It's not too often that you're gonna come across a Snap-on product for this price range. Another thing with the Snap-on, it is an 80 tooth, dual 80, which basically it's a really fine tooth. If you can hear that, it always has 7 teeth engaged on the gear at all times. So that makes it pretty damn strong. That's also another reason I'm comparing it to the 120 XPs, because it has the dual pawl technology, which basically it has 2 pawls to make sure that there's always 10 teeth engaged, because it's only a 60 tooth gear, but there's 10 teeth engaged at all times. So you get a really fine click there. Obviously, the Snap-on is much quieter. I'm pretty sure it's probably lubed a little bit better than these Gearwrench ones. I'm pretty sure they come dry. I do put a couple drops of oil in them, but you can tell how much smoother the Snap-on rides on that gear. It's just really smooth. It feels really good, really strong. So even though it has less teeth engaged than the Gearwrench 120 XP, it is still a really fine, smooth operating ratchet. The Snap-on, being 80 teeth, it is a 4.5 degree arc swing, so it's still pretty damn small. Really good for tight spaces. The 120 comes in at 3 degrees, and then this 84 tooth is probably around, I would say maybe 4.2 degrees or so, but you can tell it has a higher tooth count than the Snap-on, but it's louder. It just, don't get me wrong, the Gearwrench ratchets are amazing. I absolutely love them. They were my top ratchet for the longest time. But you can just tell how much smoother a Snap-on ratchets. It's just USA quality. I'm not saying everything made in USA is amazing, because we do have crappy products out there too. But a majority of the time when you buy USA, you're getting what you paid for. What else? So the Gearwrench 120 XPs have a 3 degree arc swing. The Gearwrenches that I own are Taiwan. I haven't came across a China-made ratchet yet, but I'll give you the part numbers on these real quick. Obviously, you know the Snap-on is a FL80. This cushion grip, if you want to purchase it by itself, it is 81267, and I love the locking feature on it. It is really nice. It's really strong. I haven't had it long, so hopefully it holds up. I'm sure it will. I've always had pretty damn good luck with Gearwrench. Now with the 120 XP flex head, it is 81215P as in Papa. And then for the solid Gearwrench 120 XP, it is 81211P as in Papa. And now you might have noticed that I'm favoring the Snap-on over my once loved, I still love them, Gearwrench ratchets. They are still amazing ratchets. I'll never give them up. They're great. But this is just so smooth. It took me forever to buy my own Snap-on tool, and this is my first one, so I'm sure I'll continue buying when I can find good deals. Even though Snap-on is a much higher quality than anything out there, I still have a hard time paying for the full price of a Snap-on product. So I'll buy them when I can find them on deals, which I've already found a 1/4 inch and a 1/2 inch ratchet for a damn good deal, around $40 to $50 for each. So I'll be purchasing those as well in the near future. But let's get into one thing I do like about the Gearwrench quite a bit more than I do the Snap-on. Let me get you down here eye level so you can tell kind of what I mean. Okay, it might not be a big thing to a lot of you guys, and it's not a big thing to me, it's just something that I prefer on the Gearwrench over the Snap-on. You guys might be able to see it right now. If you look at all of the Gearwrench ratchets, which are this one, and this one, this is my Snap-on. The first thing I notice is the reverse switch. On the Gearwrench ratchets, they're flush mounted in the head of the ratchet, which I really like because it's a much, or how should I say it? It's more convenient when you're in a tight space and you don't really have to worry about an object that you're ratcheting around, knocking that reverse lever in the wrong direction and having to keep flipping it. Now granted, the Snap-on reverse lever is pretty solid. You have to put some force into switching it, which is a really good thing because you don't want it flopping back and forth. But with these Gearwrench 120 XPs or any of their ratchets, they're almost flush with the head because they put it in this little groove down here, which I think is a great feature. So it's not a big thing, but it is something I noticed. I really like the Gearwrench's flush mounted reverse lever compared to the Snap-ons. That sticks out quite a bit, that might bump on some things. But other than that, that's really all I have as a con on the Snap-on. So overall, this 3/8 Snap-on is an absolutely amazing ratchet. You can see the differences. Gearwrench makes theirs with a C-clip here, and Snap-on uses this style. So it's a little bit different style. They both work great. My lower quality ratchets, they do have quite a bit of play in the actual drive part of the ratchet, whereas these Gearwrench and Snap-on, they literally have damn near zero play in that, which is really good. And when you put a socket on it, it holds it tight. You don't have that wiggling as you would on a cheaper ratchet. It really holds onto your socket really well. Also, you may notice that it is a non-quick release ratchet. Snap-on does make quick release, but ever since I've gotten non-quick release ratchets, I've really favored them over the quick release. Just something about a smoother head, a slimmer design, it really appeals to me. Let me know what you guys think, if you prefer quick release or something like this. But other than that, that's all I really have to say. So if you're gonna purchase a Gearwrench, definitely purchase it in a set. You're gonna save yourself some money. If you're gonna purchase a Snap-on and you're tight on money, but you really prefer Snap-on over everybody, just make sure to try and find yourself a good deal. Don't go blowing all your money or putting yourself in debt buying tools, especially if you're just starting off, because you don't want to spend a lot of money on tools and then decide this isn't something you want to do. There was something else I wanted to say, but I can't think of it now, so I think that's as far as I'm going to go for this video. Don't want to carry on for too long. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up, leave a comment or a suggestion of what your favorite ratchets are, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. The thing I wanted to cover, the length. This is the FL80, so it is longer than a normal 3/8 drive ratchet. As you notice, my flex heads are quite a bit longer than it, maybe 2 to 3 inches longer. That's okay. I wasn't necessarily comparing lengths to this. Just want to throw out there, obviously Snap-on does have many more ratchets. They also have comfort grip. If you haven't purchased Snap-on stuff before, that I'm talking to you. If you have Snap-on stuff, obviously you know everything Snap-on carries. They carry a lot of stuff. So if you like the cushion grip feature, they have that. If you like the flex head feature, they have that. The locking flex head, they have it. And they are great tools. I just suggest looking for a good deal when purchasing them. That's all I got. Thank you guys once again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.